decided that rather than just go through lots and lots of steps, that we get a few, some basic stuff to get around and work on the technique a little more before we go on to some others. So let's work on that tonight and then see what else we fit in tonight. Well, we've done the basic box, the change steps, the left rock turn, and I believe we've done the end rock turn. Right? Okay. Let me put on music, and we'll just do just a little bit of what we've done, and try to do it with a little rise and fall, and then we'll go over all that again, and we can all practice it.
I think we do well on that.
So remember, just a regular box to do it properly and to do it the way we like isn't as simple as it would seem. Remember, the men start off going forward on the left foot, and we're down to start with. So you go straight forward, no up or down on the first step. Bring the weight over the foot so that the weight is centered over the foot and it's firm. So if you put your leg up, you'd be balanced. And then the two, push off to the right and push up. You can even go down a little more so that it sways up on the two. And then on the three, the foot comes over and goes down. When it goes over on the two, you stay up on the ball of the foot and try to get your weight over it. That's the hard part. Bring it over, and then this is down. That's the fall. Straight back, which is now the woman's first part, and the man's second part. Back on the toe, of course. You can't go back on your heel without falling over. And then the heel comes down, so you get your weight firmly on it and firmly over it, and then up, over, and down again. So it becomes, at least for the man, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, and, or if you think of and, it's 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3, and. So the woman will go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. And remember, with that first step forward, whether it's a man or a woman, it's a heel, not a toe. If you go forward on the toe, you just kind of be stuck. So, and when we're doing the change step, same thing, except that for the woman it's all back and for the man it's all forward. 1, 2, 3, but instead of going back, he's going to go forward on the heel, bring down on the toe and over, and then up. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. When you go up, maybe bend the knee slightly more, but you don't want to pop up. Going up is a side movement. It's not this way and then over. The up is as you're going. And a good way to practice it is come down and just simply go over. Same on this side. So that you don't do this. You'll know if you're doing this if you're practicing. You'll be able to tell. And then as we, it's the same principle now as we do the left rock turn. The man's going to go. Actually, he's down and just going to go 1, 2, 3 as he comes up, and then, right, then 2, 2, 3 come up. If you don't do much rise and fall on that, it doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, but make sure to come down at the end of it. So the woman will be basically doing the same thing. She'll be going 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, and down. Now in the underarm turn, well actually let's just practice those first before we get back to the underarm turn, because it's a little more technical and I want to make sure we do that well with the rise and fall. So let me put on the song yet. This is a nice slow one that's got a very clear beat to it. And what I'd like you to do is to, first of all, just do the box, and if you get a little bored of that, start doing some change steps. But try to do the rise and fall. Try to start down. Meaning the knees are bent, it's like you're making a lap. Think of it as just producing a lap, like almost like you're sitting in a chair. And you just want the first step to be with no change, no rise, no fall. Either forward or back. So you're still like so, down. And then the second step, get the weight, and that's why it's so important to get your weight over your foot, is to get that weight so you can firmly go up. And when you go up, make sure you take your weight with you so that you're not caught in between, and it doesn't work that way. So if you get your weight over here, your foot can come over and then come down. So let's put the music, and again, when we're doing the change step, it's the same thing, except the guy is going forward every time. The way you know you're getting the weight on, when you put your foot over, if you can feel that your weight is completely on the ball of your foot, you can tell that your weight is proper. If you come over and you get your weight where you feel it over there, then you've done well. If it doesn't feel like it, you've kind of gone halfway. So it's a way I can tell whether I've actually gotten over or not. In the long run, it's really important to be able to do that in order to, it's not easy to do it correctly. It's very hard to come down here before you go here. And it's just a split second. There's only a little bit of a difference between this and this. Sorry. You want to make sure you finish the step, then you're down. But as soon as you finish it, you have to take off again, or else you get behind. But keeping up with the timing when we're working on the technique is perhaps a little less important than actually getting the technique properly. The hard part is to make yourself come down before you move again. It's just I find it's difficult. Yeah.
I have a question. Is it the 2 that you're going up on?
Yeah.
The 2. Okay.
Yeah.
The 2 and the 5, right? The 2 and the 3.
Well, if you want to count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I usually count it as 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 6. But yeah, I mean the second step and the fifth step. Yeah, we're down on 1, and 2 is when we come up. 2, and the 3 is just accompanying it. We're already up. This is what takes us up here. That's why practicing like this, coming back down before you start again, it's easier to do it to the side than it is to do it and come back. But if you do it enough and come to the side enough, you'll get the idea that you have to come down before you move. Now, granted, I'm coming up on the 1 here, but that's the only difference between that and a regular step. But at least it gives you the idea of coming down before you move again. Does that make sense? But what we don't want to do is a calliope type thing. And that's what people do if they don't know any waltz at all, and they think, I gotta go up and down. It's bum, 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 bum. It's bum, 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 bum. It's not that same movement. So remember, down, start with, you stay down on one, you come up on two, and down again at the end of three, and then start over. Now we'll go over the underarm turn again. We're doing it right now just as a way of turning the corner. And again, if we can, we want to get the regular rise and fall out, but we certainly want to do the proper technique. So the first part is just like the regular box. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now for the man, the second part is going to be regular. The only difference is that at the end of this, the man should have the arm up, so she knows she's turning. So the man is going to do a regular back part of the box, but he's going to be turning her at the same time. First is forward, then 2, 3. Sorry. Now he's here still facing this way. And the woman, I want to make sure that all the ladies have it proper. She's going to go forward on one, but the man is now turning her, so she is going to turn directly to her right. And the next 2 steps are going to be on the toe to the right. And the feet aren't going to come together here. 2, 3. Now she might be turning slightly, but she's basically just walking straight. Okay? And so at the end of that time, this is where she should be while the man is still over here. So after she finishes that part, he's going to continue to sort of gently turn her around. So she is going to turn the rest of this way. She's actually starting here, but she's going to end up facing back that way. So she's going to go. She's still down, so she's going 3 or whatever. I would say just as 1, and then 2, 3. And then we finish it the way we finish the normal box. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and start over. So we'll do it one more time, then we've gone over this. So we'll do this so it's some music to it. Ready? So it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. I probably let her out a little too far. The man has to make sure he meets her so that they're back together. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. And one other thing I want to go over, because we're doing the turn here, it's easy to form really bad habits for the men with the turn. The ladies, all they're doing with their arms is turning. So this is really for the men. You want to make sure that you guide the lady properly, but you don't want to pull and jerk. You want to raise it at the proper time and bring it down at the proper time. Everything in ballroom dancing is very precise, unfortunately. And if it isn't done just exactly right, it just doesn't work well. That's why it's so hard and why it's such an achievement when we do get it. But when we're turning, 1, 2, 3. Now, as you turn, you shouldn't be putting pressure. You're simply turning her. 1, 2, 3. Now, it's all, make sure you get it above her head so she can go. Now, as you bring her around, leave the arm up until she comes around. Come on, around. 2, 3, and then bring it down. If you bring it down too soon, as she's coming around, it's really going to put a lot of strain on the shoulder. So make sure that she gets, whatever turn you're doing, that she gets all the way around before you bring the arm down. But bring it down then so it doesn't stay up. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Can you see that? It's very easy, guys, as she's coming around to lead her more and bring it down. And it's really hard on a woman to do that. So just, you don't need to do a lot with this. Just make sure that you give her the idea. This is not a lot of pressure thing. So let's, let me put music on here. Some more. And let's still block. But what I want to show you, since we've done the underarm turn, is this step a lot of you already know, the patty cake. Now, this one is with an underarm turn, but if we're going to go this way, we actually have to be starting this way. Here, we're only, from here, we do the underarm turn and we face this way. But if we did say we did an underarm turn to get here, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Now we can do another arm turn, but we don't want to go this way. So what happens when we do now is we start off the same way as we've been doing, at least the first 3 steps will be 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay? Now she's going to come around and face here, but when I come around now, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay? So she knows what's going to happen now. So instead of coming together, all I've done is put my arm up and we're facing each other. Okay? Ideally, I'd still be over here, so she'd be a little in front, but it never really works that way. So now we've done the 1, 2, 3, and I'm down here, and my right foot is free, and her left foot is free. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go down line of dance. And I'm going to turn 1. And as I turn, I bring my arm through, which turns her. So her left foot's going to face line to dance, and my right foot is. And we're going to continue to turn so that, well, maybe it's better not turning yet. Sorry. We're going to go straight, and I'm going to go. We'll go straight without turning. 2, 3. Okay. So the 2, 3 is heading this way, and now the arm is out. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to turn to the left, she's going to turn to the right. As I turn to the left, I'll be bringing my arm back, which brings her around to her right. And it'll be 1, 2, 3. And we can do it again. And then it's 1, 2, 3. Now we can go on like this forever, or until the room ends, one of the two. But when we end it, the way we want to end it now is ending it just as if we had just done an underarm turn. So we want to be far enough down the room where we're ready to go that way, because I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what we've done is we've done that regular underarm turn, but we've done these patty cake things in between. This is the finish of that regular underarm turn as we come here. Most all steps are like that. So, again, okay, yeah, we'll start down here. That's good. So we're heading this way and we want to go this way. Okay? In fact, let's come down here a little, it's always nice to keep the line of dance in the proper place, more or less. So, we do the underarm turns start off the same way as we do just turning the corner. So it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. Make sure you bring the feet together. And come down so that the right foot is free for the man and the left foot is for the woman. Now, since we're like this, she knows I'm not going to just come back and finish. Otherwise, we'd be heading down there. We're just starting this way, so we don't want to do it. So it's 1 as we face this way. And of course, I let go of my right hand. And then if you come forward on 2, 2, 3. Now, ideally, leave that the left heel and lay the right heel off the ground. Just as if we're doing, it's the same principle as in any step. So now my left foot is free, and I'm going to take that left turn towards her, just like when we were doing the underarm turn. I had to meet her, and she comes back to meet me, and my arm will come back, which brings her that way. 2, 2, 3. And keep the guys keep the right foot up, and bring the left foot over and then down. And that you still get the rise and fall. And then if we do it another time, we'll do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. And then we can finish it. 2, 2, 2. And then finish the block. So let's just do it as one thing, and we'll go over it in a separate part. So it's 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. So make sure when you guys are ready to finish that you don't put your arm back out there, that you put it here, so that she knows you're going to be doing it. Once you get the feel, you can turn some more, and you can really move. And there's some other endings that are really beautiful too.